In Salem, even the most innocent nights have a way of turning scandalous. What began as a charity auction date, just a glamorous gesture for a good cause, is about to ignite sparks neither Gabi Hernandez nor Alex Kuriakis saw coming. $15,000. One night. And a whole lot of tension waiting to boil over. What really happened after midnight? Let's break down the night Gabi and Alex went from playful pretense to something dangerously real. It started with a bid. A bold, attention-grabbing, headline-making bid. Gabi Hernandez, ever the queen of dramatics, dropped $15,000 at a charity auction to win a date with Alex Kuriakis. To everyone around her, the message was clear: this wasn't about romance. It wasn't even about Alex. It was about revenge, a strategic move to make J.J. Devereaux squirm. But was it really just a ploy? Because the more we look at it, the more it seems Gabi wasn't just playing a game, she was looking for an escape. From JJ. From her troubles at Gabi Chic. From the emotional weight she's been dragging around for weeks. And Alex? He thought this was all surface level. He made it crystal clear to Stephanie Johnson, and to himself, that the date meant nothing. But deep down, there's always a risk when two people with serious chemistry agree to play pretend. What neither of them realized that night was that $15,000 bought more than a date. It bought access. It opened the door to something neither one of them saw coming. And that door would never fully close again. When Alex first suggested the bistro for dinner, he thought he was being safe. Simple meal. Familiar setting. Keep things respectful and forgettable. But Gabi wasn't having it. To her, this wasn't a coupon date. This was $15,000 of public pride and private pressure. So she pushed back, hard. I paid for an experience, not takeout and awkward silence. And just like that, the game changed. Gabi challenged Alex not just to show up, but to impress her. To give her a night she wouldn't forget. To prove that behind the cocky charm and polished suit, there was a man who could still surprise her. And here's the twist: Alex accepted the challenge. Because whether he admitted it or not, he didn't want the night to be boring either. So he upgraded everything: venue, ambiance, tone. He curated the experience down to the smallest detail. Not because he was trying to seduce her. But because somewhere deep down, he wanted to see what happened when Gabi Hernandez let her guard down. And when she did, that's when things started to heat up in ways neither of them expected. From the moment they sat down, something shifted. Gone was the tension. Gone was the performance. Now it was just two people, Gabi and Alex, sharing a surprisingly genuine evening. They laughed. Not forced, nervous laughter, but real, unfiltered laughter. Gabi, usually sharp and guarded, softened. For a moment, she stopped trying to make JJ jealous. She stopped trying to prove a point. Instead, she just enjoyed herself. And Alex? He leaned in. He started to reveal more than he usually would. About Titan. About the pressure of Stephanie's manuscript. About what it feels like to always be the guy people expect to flirt, but never to feel. And that's when the manuscript came up. Gabi was curious. She knew Stephanie was writing something. She'd heard it was steamy, bold, controversial. But hearing Alex describe it, with admiration, with excitement, it piqued something deeper. It's like 50 Shades, only better. Suddenly, Gabi didn't just want to read it. She wanted to be in it. And the way Alex looked at her in that moment? She already was. As the evening stretched past dessert and into shadows, the conversation turned playful and personal. Gabi leaned in, eyes sparkling with interest as Alex teased lines from the manuscript. Scenes of seduction, power, intensity, scenes that sounded a little too familiar. Was it possible that Stephanie had based the male lead on Alex? And the heroine? Was Gabi imagining it, or did some of those traits sound suspiciously like her? And then it happened. That look. The kind that doesn't need words. The kind that hangs in the air. A glance that lingers just long enough to become a question neither of them dares to answer. Was this just imagination? Or was the fiction slowly becoming reality? The tension was magnetic, electric, inescapable. And for just one moment, it didn't feel like a charity date anymore. It felt like the start of something dangerous. As the clock ticked past midnight, something unspoken passed between them. Gabi, still holding a glass of champagne, laughed at something Alex said. Maybe the joke wasn't that funny, but the way he looked at her, it was intoxicating. She leaned closer. He didn't pull away. The flirtation that had been playful all night had now turned loaded, a spark that didn't stay theoretical. They weren't just flirting anymore. They were dancing at the edge of something they couldn't undo. And then came the moment. A pause in conversation, a breath held between two glances, a silence that felt like gravity pulling them together. No one said, "This is wrong." No one said, "We shouldn't." Because in that moment, they didn't care. Was it just a kiss? Was it more? The show might leave the details up to interpretation, but what matters is clear. The line they promised not to cross was shattered. And now? There's no pretending it didn't happen. Because in the quiet that followed, when the laughter faded and the reality set in, they both knew everything had changed. The morning after is never kind in Salem. What happened between Gabi and Alex may have started as a game, but it's about to have very real consequences. Stephanie, still in the dark, trusts Alex completely. But how long until she hears whispers of what happened? Or worse, sees something she can't unsee? JJ, who thought Gabi was just using Alex to provoke him, may realize he underestimated how far she'd go. Alex, who said it meant nothing, may find himself questioning whether it meant more. And Gabi? She might just realize she lit a fire that no one, not even she, can control anymore. There's also Titan Demera to consider. What happens if Gabi and Alex start working closely together? If their chemistry bleeds into boardrooms, into late-night meetings, into more accidental moments? This isn't just a flirtation gone too far. It's the beginning of a scandal, one that could ruin trust, destroy relationships, and trigger the next emotional explosion in Salem. Because in days of our lives, nothing stays secret for long. And when love crosses a line, someone always pays the price. They were never supposed to fall into this. Gabi had one goal: get JJ's attention, make him burn with jealousy, then walk away untouched. Alex had one agreement: stay loyal to Stephanie, show up for a good cause, then go home alone. But now? The night ended with more than wine and laughter. It ended with temptation, with a moment that crossed the line, with a spark that neither of them can forget. Because something shifted after midnight. And the fallout? It's already beginning to form, quietly, dangerously, beneath the surface. Think about what happens next. Stephanie may have believed in Alex with all her heart. But even trust has limits, and once suspicion creeps in, there's no turning back. JJ may finally realize that Gabi isn't just playing games. She's hurt, angry, vulnerable, and maybe done with him for good. And Gabi and Alex? They now share a secret that can't be taken back. A secret that could upend careers, relationships, and reputations, especially in a town like Salem. And what if this wasn't a one-time mistake? What if this was just the beginning? The late-night manuscript, the flirty glances, the innocent connection that's anything but innocent anymore. Gabi may be spiraling into something deeper than revenge. And Alex may be standing on the edge of betrayal, half tempted to jump. So here's the real question. Did they mean to cross the line, or did the line move without them noticing? Can they pretend it never happened, or is this the start of something that's going to explode in front of everyone they care about? We want to hear what you think. Drop your theories in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap that bell so you're the first to know when this story blows wide open, because let's be honest, this is days of our lives. And in this town, even the most innocent night can become the most scandalous chapter of all. So hold on, because this isn't over, not by a long shot.